morning. Welcome to Sakura Questfast, Episode 7, The Mansion in Purgatory. I'm Caitlin Glass, the ADR director of the dub of Sakura Quest. Joining me this morning are voice actors Ricco Fajardo, Chuck Hüber, and Leah Clark. Let's get to it.
This is Sakura Questfast live feed, take one.
It's a perfect time to plug the fact that episodes 1 and 2 are available to view on YouTube. Go to Caitlin's Voice, that's the name of the channel. And you can see 2 whole episodes of Sakura Questfest. So, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yes,
Good
we're
morning.
here, we're live.
I thought we were gonna do
A singing thing?
Good morning.
Good morning.
You'll probably notice that, we got things to do. Singing is not one of them.
We have things to do.
So many things.
So we've got folks here, I'll let them introduce themselves in a moment, but you might be going, where's Leah Clark? Well, sometimes actors have to work. It happens. So sometimes, and Leah is a fortunate one that had to work this morning. But what's really cool is we still have all of your questions for her, and she is going to film her answers, and we'll put that in the YouTube episode. So if you sent Leah a question, we're very grateful. She's very grateful, and sorry she couldn't be here. But instead, I get to spend the morning with these two gents.
Oh,
Hi.
So introduce yourselves, whoever wants to go first.
Hi, I'm Ricco Fajardo.
Hi, Rico.
Hey, Chuck.
Hi, Rico.
Hey, Caitlin.
Who do you play in this show?
Bro.
Kosuke.
I'm Kosuke, sorry. It is
He's
early in
working
the
on a
morning.
musical right now, and he's a little.
What are you working on?
Yeah.
I'm working on Hood, the new musical over at the Tony Award-winning Dallas Theater Center.
What?
We got the regional Tony like a week ago.
Hood,
Yeah.
is it like a street, like
Street
in the
toughs
hood?
about
Street
like
toughs,
street toughs about the.
Ba-na-na-na.
We're in the hood. This turf is all ours. No, it's about Robin Hood.
Oh, that's
Robin of the Hood.
Yes, Robin
that's even
Hood.
cooler.
Yeah, so it's really fun. You
Nice.
guys come see it.
Very
We
cool.
open in a couple weeks.
Okay.
Before you put that muffin in your mouth, who
No.
are you? Who are you?
My name is Chuck Hüber.
Yeah.
I have a muffin in my mouth.
Yeah.
Caitlin told me not to put it. No, I shouldn't have.
Cool.
My name is Chuck Hüber.
Who do you play?
I play the director. Does he have a
Sonoda.
name?
His name is Sonoda. Yeah.
Sonoda.
He's the director in these episodes. I'm gonna press play over here, and then we're gonna start
You should
talking.
do it.
You can talk about that if you want, but mainly we just answer questions and talk to people. We start the morning by sharing what mugs we brought. What's your mug, Rico?
Mine's from the Monterey Bay Aquarium.
Fancy.
I'm a California native. So,
me too.
yeah. And the Monterey Bay, if you've never been to the Monterey Bay Aquarium, it's amazing. It's super fun. And yeah, it's a little guy.
Aww, happy otter.
I always thought he was intimidating, like he was trying to stare you down because he's got, like something in his hands. Anyway.
Looks like he's gonna kill you.
Yeah,
He's
he's
gonna
like-
kill you. My mug is a Dragon Ball
Obviously.
because I work for Goku.
I have, mine's a damn it Jim.
Damn it, Jim. Oh, yeah.
I'm a doctor,
I'm a doctor, not a, you can see
Not
all the,
all those things.
Not a pool man.
Yeah, that's for Ace Ventura.
That was
isn't
Ace
it?
Ventura. Good pull.
Yay! Well, very cool. Thanks for being here. There's some really good questions this week. Episode 7 and episode 6 are all about acting because a movie comes to Monoyama to shoot. Chuck is the director. You end up being a part of it with all of the kids at your school and all the drummers that you work with.
That's right.
Yeah. So we'll just start right off. Diego has a question for all of us and Leah as well. Have any of you been in a movie? And if yes, what was it like? The atmosphere? Do you rehearse? Just have at it. Whoever
Yeah,
wants to
I've been doing movies since 1989.
Spit tape.
Because
Was that yo?
My very first movie role ever, I got to punch Ben Affleck in the face.
What? I
Yes.
didn't know that.
But-
What movie was that?
It's called Going All the Way.
And you punched Ben Affleck in the face?
Punch Ben Affleck in the face.
Oh my god.
Wow.
That's awesome, dude.
I think it was like, in the future, you'll ruin Batman.
You knew it.
I could tell back then.
Oh.
But you still did it.
Yeah.
He
yeah.
didn't listen to you.
I did. Yeah, but movies are great. Movies are fun. You do kind of rehearse. You like get to set and the first thing you do, sometimes they'll grab you from the makeup chair. Sometimes you do it before you get into makeup. Just depends on where they are in the process. You, the director, and the camera team gets together and sets up how the scene's gonna go, and you that's your time to like practice.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had
It's very quick.
Have you ever had a horrible director like Chuck's character? You haven't seen the episode yet, but his character is like always changing the script, and he's like horrible to the actors. Poor Brina's character keeps screwing up because she's not an actor. They just like, we need somebody, be in the movie. And like take after take, she gets it wrong, and he's shouting things like, "Why are you torturing me?
You're a horrible human being and
Yeah.
should be destroyed."
You ever had to work with someone that's that awful?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, okay, gosh.
We're not talking about when I'm directing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
come
gonna say,
on.
there's some anime that Caitlin directs where she.
No, well, yeah, I guess, you know, there's always a director. Well, I always try to find, like, the grace in it, 'cause I'm sure they're stressed out. Directors got to handle everything on set. You got, like, 9,000 moving parts.
true.
But typically, yeah, when there are script changes, if you've memorized this huge piece of, like, dialogue, all right, here we go. And they're like, all right, we're going to change this and this word, and that name can't go here. And they start changing on the fly, and you're about to shoot. Some people can do it. Some people can just flip it around in their brain really easily. For me, I'm like, all right, good luck out there. Here we go. Let's see if I get 50% of the things that you just.
It's precisely why I never memorize for film work. Never memorize.
Really?
Not even a little bit. I will read the scene 2 or 3 times. I'll kind of know what's going to happen, how I want to attack it, but not until I'm actually in that first rehearsal that I just talked about. Because typically between the first rehearsal and the time you start shooting, you're going to have
Changes.
a couple hours.
Oh, yeah.
So I never memorize till I'm sitting in the honey wagon looking at the script.
The last movie I worked on was working on Elsewhere, Texas, a little indie film, post-apocalyptic cowboy film. I had a little 6-shooter on my side.
Oh, your hair was all crazy.
And it was
you had
crazy.
a beard?
Yeah, it's like starting to get there, getting back there. But I had memorized that whole script, and we had a younger actor, so we actually ran it like a play because the kid had done plays before. Lovely, I shouldn't say kid, he's a young man, Dalton, who we ran through the whole movie like a play, which you never get the benefit. Yeah, so we got to work with everyone, which is awesome for the DP, the director of photography. Got to see how we were kind of moving, and so it actually helped a lot when we got on set. We were just hammering out shots, but anywho, yeah.
Cool. Thanks for your question, Diego. You always
Thanks,
ask
Diego.
Thank
such
you.
great questions.
I like that I can see you right now. I hope you know that, Diego. We have a reversed camera.
I'm looking.
We're looking
your
into
soul.
all your souls.
Oh my god.
That's disgusting.
Look at that.
You might want to do. You got a little like spinach in your. Yeah. Ah, better. Much better. That's
Everybody's
great.
souls are clean. We're just like the Catholic Church.
Wow, we went there this morning. Who wants to talk about politics next?
Ooh, politics.
Don't do it.
No.
You unshackled Chuck.
Something much easier. Let's talk about actors.
Right.
Oh, this is a big. Let's just go right to it then. Okay, Jackson. Jackson has sent us 2 very amazing questions. We'll do the lighter one second to kind of help with the heavier one. Oh, he wants us to know he's cried watching this episode in both languages now. So we watched it in Japanese.
How do you
and
cry in a different language?
Oh no, he watched
Is
it.
it like, and then it's like,
It's all about it's the vowel shapes.
Is it the vowel shape?
Or the Can you cry on it?
Poor Caitlin.
That's my favorite. The in world.
Wow. Okay. So thanks for making Jackson cry. He wants to say
Good,
thanks.
you're welcome.
Good job, everybody.
Good.
But
It's more soul cleaning.
his question is, what was the moment that you fell in love with acting and decided this is what I want to be?
Oh,
Awesome,
that is
right?
a sweet question,
That was a great
guys.
question.
It
When
made
did
my
you
heart-
fall in love with it and decide it's what you want to be? Going to be an actor. I'm made for the theater.
My brother, we were supposed to film a remake of The Empire Strikes Back in our own. It was the Dagobah scene, and we had like R2D2, which I helped build the cardboard, and we had the next door neighbor Webb Tilney, who could do like the perfect Yoda, and he had the rubber Yoda mask, and so Day came for filming. We had a Super 8 camera, and I was supposed to be R2D2, and Webb and my brother John left. And Webb played both R2D2 and
He took your
Yoda.
role?
Took my role. I think we had a verbal agreement. I think it was a verbal contract.
Yeah.
Already. And
What did you end up playing?
By myself at home alone.
Oh!
And I took a picture on a camera. I took a picture of the moment. I had like the sun coming through the screen door, and I kind of like got into the shadow and took a picture because I was like, I'll show him. I'll make one frame of a movie.
I'm gonna make art. You ended up being the
I
X-wing.
still have the picture.
You were the X-wing that slowly got lifted and then quickly left frame.
Yes, it was sibling rivalry that turned me into an actor. But when I first started loving it, I don't know. I think I was doing skits at camp, probably.
That's amazing. I was in high school, senior year of high school. I was taking acting. I was taking theater because it's easy to get A, I heard. And I needed to get good grades. I'm like, let me just do this. And I had my hoodie on, and I was very, very emo kid. I had like one eye covered like that. So we were doing monologues, and so we all had to read just from this paper. And I was so full of all this teen angst that I kept feeling like, well, everyone's reading it wrong. And I was so upset. And I was like, give me that paper. And I read it, and it kind of silenced everyone in the room. And my acting teacher afterwards had said, he's all, you might want to consider doing this. Like, you might be able to just saying so. And so I was really excited. I remember the class clown. His name was Russell, came up to me, and like everyone, in high school, everyone's like very like, yeah, man, yeah, everyone's like really cool. And he went up and he kind of like nudged me, and he never talked to anyone like this. He went, hey, that was really good. That was really good. And everyone up in the class was like, that was good. I'm like, oh really? I did good? I did good? And so that I started doing plays, and yeah, I was like, if I could somehow make at least a little like bit of money doing this somehow, if someone could remunerate me for doing this, I would be, I don't know, cloud
Now
nine.
it's totally what you do.
Holy smokes, man.
Hashtag remunerate Ricco.
Yeah.
Remunerate?
Remunerate Ricco.
Isn't it remunerate?
I thought it was remunerate.
I'd like
It's
remunerate.
Remunerate? We're going to-
Remuneration?
What's Latin
Paid.
root?
Remuneration.
You want to be paid.
Yeah, right. Like, yeah.
And it's remunerate.
Remunerate?
Isn't it
No, I think like
remuneration?
noom, like
Number.
numerical.
Yeah.
The Latin root is
Maybe
noom.
I learned it backwards because
Wait,
I learned
moon?
it from Shakespeare,
You're gonna bring me more
and the
moons?
character like
Make
misses all the words.
That's probably.
Make the moon come back.
That one.
Remunerate
from
me.
Love's Labour's Lost. Never mind. Too much Shakespeare on the brain.
Never.
I guess I can answer this question too. I had been
remuneration.
acting since I was a kid. Also did school plays and whatnot. In the 9th grade, I went and saw a musical, like a regional, not regional, like a national tour of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Oh, that's a good one.
It really is. And I had never seen anything that professional until then. And then I also realized how much fun everybody was having, and it kind of hit me that like that is their job. Like it's not just going and doing some community theater or you're in the school show. I'm like, they do that for a living.
Right.
I want to do that.
Yeah.
So I just kept doing it. It wasn't until senior year and it's time to decide what are you going to do for college? What do you want to do when you grow up? I'm like, the thing that I love the most. This is not really a hard question.
Yeah.
So that's what I went off to do, and I'm doing it.
Yeah.
What do you know?
We're all doing it. Isn't that
soul
weird?
is
The strawberry.
Eat it.
It's good for your soul. Good for your soul.
Eat it. The second part of Jackson's question was, is it harder to play a character who is a bad actor or one that's a good actor? Because
a good
as
question.
mentioned, Brina's character is not an actor, and she has to be in this movie, and she doesn't know what she's doing, and so she did a really good job of playing the actor isn't bad, she's just having a hard time.
Right.
Yeah.
So is it hard or easy to play
I don't know.
good
I
bad
think
actors?
the first thing I think of is like, I don't know if you guys, we're on the Shakespeare kick, but like Iago, right? Because he's like duplicitous the whole time. He's like, is he lying? Is he keeping something from? Is he a bad actor? Is he a good actor? It's like a question. It's like, what are you trying to do? What's he trying to do? You know?
Hold on.
Sorry.
Get real close. No, you got.
Oh, is there a thing?
No,
No,
it's
there's
still
strawberry.
there.
It's still there.
Strawberry in your teeth.
Strawberry in the
Sorry, aren't you? Sorry, aren't you? Can you see it? I can't see it. Hang on.
It was very
oh, there it is. It was right
Yeah.
there. I just give you guys a finger. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. Strawberry.
Number one.
You've had to be a bad actor before?
I think it's hard to be a bad
Oh,
actor.
you want that?
Like to pretend to be an actor who's bad. I think that's difficult. It's
Really?
like I think being drunk, laughing, and being a bad actor. Oh, those three things are difficult. It takes
to perform them.
attention.
Yeah.
Like to play a bad actor, you have to try to be a good actor. To be drunk, you have to try to be sober.
Right. Yeah.
To laugh, you have to
It's
explore the darkness.
it's the circumstances. It's like I feel like it's putting filters on, like that drunk filter. Like the world is like, I'm the coolest person in the room. And I'm the-
Really? Because when I get drunk, I'm like, I want to die.
Oh my like I put a filter like right over here, and then everyone just said it's like it's like a freaking Snapchat filter. Everyone's got like big old like happy eyes, and I'm like boom, 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 like yeah. But in reality, I think like I'm dancing like awesome, and I'm just in the corner going like. And everyone's like,
That's how he dances.
What the heck is wrong with Ricco?
Don't make fun of him. That's
And I'm like, I'm having such a good time, just shimmying in the corner. Yeah. Anyway,
I'm just gonna do this.
I'm just gonna do
that
that
episode.
Shimmy up, shimmy back. Close every door to me.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what Andrew Lloyd Webber had in mind.
Was it these canon days? Anyway, sorry.
I love that musical. Don't get me started, or this show will just become like
Totally
a
just-
Joseph sing-along.
We'll do all the musicals, guys. What's your favorite musical?
My favorite?
Yeah.
I was curious.
West Side Story.
We already referenced that one today, too.
I just met a girl named.
Look at all those hearts. Look at all those.
They love us. They like the dancing. We gotta dance more.
dancing.
Okay, fine. No.
It's turned into like physical therapy. I can hold cock.
You're
I
acting.
can sing songs.
Chuck just used his acting.
I did.
Pretend. Did you see that?
As if I had just
Voice
been
actors are real actors, you guys. We really are.
It's true.
Another conflict in this episode is about the house where they shoot the final scene.
Right.
The director wants to burn down this house, and turns out one of the main characters, Shiori, has an attachment to the place, and so that's why she says, no, you can't burn it down. They end up burning it anyway, spoiler. Not really.
No.
So Bobby has a question. Do you think you would be able to let go of a house that meant so much to you, like Shiori did? If you ever had a place that you've lived, you've had such an attachment to it, if you've ever had to leave it, could you allow someone to just destroy it?
That's hard.
Right?
As you get closer to the grave, like I am,
When
you begin to let go of all things
when you're
in
this
life.
close to death,
No, it's true. As you get older, you're kind of
nothing
like,
matters.
meh. At least I am. The older I get, I'm more like,
Things.
things,
It's funny.
stuff.
I mean,
People are still important.
yeah. I don't know. Like I moved around a lot when I was a kid, and so like places specifically never really like. I don't know. It was like, okay, next new place. Although I have gone back to places like that I grew up at. I would drive through. I was in California recently and went back to a place I lived in Morgan Hill, California. And I drove by our old house and I saw there's like a whole new family there. And I was looking at like, whoa, this is crazy. I used to play there. I used to do that. So there are memories there, but I don't think it was, necessarily hard to let go of that. But yeah, people hard to let go of.
Yeah.
Are we going into the dark, sad place? I feel like we're starting to go there.
Okay, let me find a happy
People are
question.
hard to let go of.
Happy question.
People are hard to, especially when they die.
Ryuki wants to know. I'm just going to keep going with the questions. Ryuki wants to know. Also mentions this week's episode was phenomenal in my opinion. Thank you.
Thank you. I had nothing to do with it.
No, you're hysterical. That's my favorite line of yours. Dive in.
Oh, that's true.
I'm gonna undress this cheese.
The plot is a living thing. It's a living thing.
He's actually not a bad director. He's going with the flow. He's a little overbearing.
He just expects people to do what he says, but he
Yeah.
is the director.
It's a director's medium.
Yeah. Have any of you had a difficulty performing in a simuldub? So simuldub situations that were difficult.
The drive from my house to Funimation is absolutely the hardest thing about my job.
True.
There's nothing harder. Like that's the only trouble with simuldubs is that you have to they may need you. You just have to be there and you can't not be there. I tried to cancel a session once because I had no voice and they were like, no, you'll have to have a voice, and you're like, oh,
Figure it out.
I will figure it out.
Okay
And you do.
then.
But simuldubs haven't been, other than driving, they haven't been difficult for me.
I don't know. I guess if it's like if you're busy, it can be kind of hard. I don't know. This is kind of a lame answer. Sorry ahead of time. But like if you're busy, like say you're doing a play, and so like your nights are eaten up, and you're trying to coordinate doing the simuldub with other work, and if it's vocally intensive, like if you're fragging your voice. I think I was working on Fairy Tale doing Jackal. There's a lot of screamy bits in that, and then I was doing Romeo at the same time out in the park.
Yes.
And then I was teaching also.
Yeah, that's
I was getting like 6 hours of sleep and I was using my voice every day. I would go to sleep and my voice would just be like humming.
it's still vibrating.
Yeah, it was, dude. I wasn't even phonating. It was just.
Yeah.
Yeah, that with those
like
kind of
a
moments.
buzz in the speaker.
Man, yeah, exactly, like an amp that's like live. But in those days, I would say that was really when simuldubs become difficult because I'm coming in, you want to do a good job, but you're tired here.
Definitely,
Yeah.
the schedule of simuldubs is probably the most.
As a director,
the
I
most
bet that's
difficult part.
the hard thing.
Yeah, we've talked about that. Ricco wants to share his cheese with you.
Eat the cheese.
It's very
Eat it.
sweet. That is the trickiest part because you don't always know what's going on with the character and how to cast it properly, and maybe some choices that you need to make about the voice because you only have what you've seen.
Two or three lines.
we don't have much more information. There's a pretty major character in this show, Sandal, Jerry Jules' character, that I'm thinking of for the disc, going back and changing a lot of things. He seems like this kind of weird artistic hippie character, and he is that, but it's right now kind of reading a little bit too surfer-like, and he's like blonde hair, blue-eyed, but really what he's supposed to be is a foreigner in this town, but he speaks their language. He speaks Japanese and everything, and I finally figured it out because he does the next time ons, and he has a fabulous voice, the Japanese actor, but there will randomly be these English words spoken in perfect English, and I'm like, why is he doing that? And it isn't just words that in Japanese they use our word and change it. It's more like if you were speaking as fluently as you could in another language, but you just don't know the word.
Yeah, you reach the end of your
coffee cup, so you're going along and then you're
Es muy importante el coffee cup.
Yeah, it's like that. So, but it's tough when everyone in the show speaks English. Like, how do you still convey that without offending somebody from? He seems to be Scandinavian, so like I'm not gonna give him a Swedish accent or a Norwegian one. But like, what am I gonna do? But something about Sandal's probably gonna change. But he's lovable either way. So there are some difficult things.
Why are we shimmying and doing the Swedish chef?
I can Swedish chef.
Can
This is
you?
me acting. This is my best acting. Only here.
Look, the more shimmying we do, the more likes there are. It's like we're making hearts.
Add that drunk filter.
Oh, wow.
Big eyes.
Hard eyes. MFR. Disguise.
Surprise.
It's all lies.
All lies.
All lies.
Rude eyes. We're dissolving into memes and old vines that we've seen. It's okay. Yeah, it's great. They like this. It's totally fine. It's fine, you guys. This is fun. It's for everybody. So in the town here of Monoyama, the main character Yoshino plays a queen, or she is like the queen, which is the spokesperson, like the.
I just gave a really good look to this camera over here. I just went like this. Watch. I went.
It's kind of like a gopher. Can I get an image of a gopher that pops up whenever he does that? That'd be great. Prairie dog.
Good morning.
So Monoyama. What
Yeah,
did you say?
she's from Monoyama, Yoshino, and she's not from there. She lives there now, and she is their queen, like their spokesperson. So if you had to go and be like king or queen of a town, some small town, Monoyama is kind of like Waxahachie, we've decided.
So we're king of Waxahachie.
King of what?
The king of Waxahachie.
What would you do?
Wow.
Yeah.
I would make
Or the
all my
queen.
plebeians mine for gold.
The king or queen of what? What do you do?
I think, I don't know.
That's what
guys,
Eric wants to know.
Eric, I think if you're the king of Waxahachie or any small town, it's much like when you start a game of like, Warcraft or any of those like simulator games where you have your tiny town, you make your little people go and like get gold and stuff. So I would make all my peasants and people of the town go and mine ore and Vespine gas.
That's good.
Specifically.
That's good.
Because you need to advance your tech tree so you can defeat your enemies.
And then we'd attack them with orcs.
Yes.
What's your enemy if you're Waxahachie?
If Waxahachie, your enemy would be Burleson.
Attack Burleson.
Waxahachie and Burleson have a civil war. Why don't cities war each other anymore? That would be awesome.
Why don't they war each
Give us
Fort
some
Worth
pride.
gets in a fight with Amarillo, and it's like, everyone get your guns. Let's
I
go.
want to be like a hireling. I'll be like, hire gun. They're my
It's
musket.
like, here comes Ricco. He's from Dallas.
Yeah, from Dallas.
Yes.
You want a Dallas
He's
gun?
like Davy Crockett fighting for the Alamo. Like, he's from Tennessee, but he's come to fight for Texas.
I'd love to see Bedford and Euless.
This ain't your fight. This ain't your fight, Bedford.
Bedford and Hewlett are fighting over Hearst. They want to annex it.
Yeah, they're trying to annex it.
Why don't we have wars?
Nobody, everyone who's not from here, like, what are they talking about?
They're like,
what's HEB?
those cities.
Not the grocery store.
It's one of
Okay.
them Dallas hired guns.
Okay.
Like super foppery.
I think I may do that. I'm gonna go get my guns and try to start a city war.
Alright, you have and my axe. You got I got your back, Chuck.
Well, the closing credits are on. This
Oh,
goes
hi,
by
closing
pretty
credits.
quickly. So go
Holy
ahead
smokes.
and let the folks at home know how else they can find you if they dig you, like what social medias you're on.
Social.
If you
I
have
feel like we
one.
just got started.
I know.
Dang.
It's quick. It's like 23 minutes.
Holy smokes.
We're gonna answer more questions at the table. Don't worry.
Okay.
But let these folks know how they can find you if they want to.
I'm right here
Aw. On the internet. How
on the
can they
internet.
Find you?
Yeah, Chuck _Hüber at the Twitter
Okay.
Yeah, I think mine
and the Facebook.
And Facebook.
My Twitter handle is just at Ricco Fajardo. I lucked out. I didn't have to put any numbers or underscores, so just at Ricco Fajardo.
Aren't you
Tweet at
more?
me.
You're on Facebook kind of a lot more.
Oh yeah, I got Facebook. Yeah, I'm on there as well. And then I got that Instagram. I don't Snapchat.
Me either.
I'm getting a lot of snaps. I added all my friends. I had like 9 million snap. Like, I'm like,
But you don't do it. You just collect them.
I mean, I just hoarded them.
I don't even know what Snapchat is.
Chugging it.
I mean,
Anyway,
I do, but
It's
I
a
don't
thing where
remember.
you do
Yeah.
stuff and then you get deer horns and then
Yeah.
flowers on your head.
They put the dog
I don't
muzzle.
really get it.
big
but-
here, you guys work on it. I'm gonna pull it up. We probably run out of time, but you go do it.
No,
Emma.
it's
Let's
all
see.
good. You know me, I'm Caitlin's Voice. You can find me everywhere at Caitlin's Voice. So thank you so much for tuning in to us.
Thank you.
And should we
Tuning in,
shimmy?
tuning in,
Should we
that's-
shimmy our way out?
All right.
Okay. You guys shimmy so that you don't. Bye guys. See you later. My favorite. I love that one. Love
I
it.
just like the smell.
Okay, welcome back to Sakura Questfast. I'm still Caitlin Glass. It's time for my favorite segment. Finish your coffee. Caitlin's got to go to work.
It's juice. It's not coffee. I finished my coffee.
Yeah, he already finished. You could have had more. You didn't want more. So we still have a few questions that you guys sent us. Wow, this is an interesting one. It comes to us from Christopher. Considering this is going to be
He
kind
did
of
it. He did the egg thing. He
That's
did
fine.
it.
That's fine.
And she really has to get to work. So
What
she's
did
really
Chris
gotta
ask? What did Chris?
wow.
He did it. No, he ate it.
Wow.
She's really got to get to work. Like she's really.
You guys aren't going to get your simuldubs.
We got this.
We won't get an episode 8. So
That's not our fault.
Okay. All right. Christopher wants to know, considering Minecraft got a huge update announced at E3
Yes,
last
4K.
weekend. Yeah. And a feature film. What would your reaction be if Minecraft received an anime adaptation? I think a better question might be not just your reaction, but like what could you imagine happening in if Minecraft meets anime?
Oh, that would be so fun. I don't know. I'm not a big Minecraft player.
But you are a big gamer.
I am a big gamer, but you can just imagine. It's like I imagine like when the South Park crossover did like the little anime like episode. I imagine just Minecraft because everything's so simple and pixelated. All of a sudden, like with an anime, you know, like dramatic intro, you know, just building things. I don't know.
Explosions.
Yes, exactly. I
It's
think
Japan. I imagine it might look a lot like what's that game like Katamari Damacy, like
Oh, yeah,
those
just-
kind of weird
yeah.
Japanese buildings everywhere. So the setting.
Someone
just
should
looks
do
like-
that. Go ahead, because Minecraft is like open source platform thing you can do stuff with.
You can do whatever you
Someone could just make their Minecraft anime.
Yeah, maybe that's why they haven't had an adaptation. Because like, well, you do it.
You're gonna do it. Yeah, you are empowered.
You
You
do it.
have the power. Hashtag call Chuck Hüber.
Here is a fun question that will expand. We'll expand from what's written here. Jen Tidwell, who's fabulous and works at Funimation in the QC department. Yeah, we love Jen. She's a big fan of this show, and she QCs it. That's quality control. So she watches what we've done and make sure everything's cool before it goes up online for y'all to see. She wants to know because she assumes that there was a bomb dropped in the show.
Why would you?
What bomb did Ricco drop on the "You Owe Me a Popsicle" line?
My God, I can't remember. I'm sure I did something.
I don't know that you did on that one. I know he did leave one in either this episode or the one before, the like with the drumming my way through it. That booty. Something about that
Is that
booty.
okay to say that?
Maybe not all of them. You can say that booty.
Because he's like a drummer. Yeah, I'm like she says something like, "Oh, why would you don't want to leave this town?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, of course I don't leave this town. I'm like the only guy in this town." I'm all tap tap tapping that booty. And the character
He's drumming.
happily drumming the air. Like, I'm like the only guy in this town, sis. Why would I leave?
Yeah, it's pretty great. You really got Leah.
Directors should have to record the bombs, and there should be a channel, a YouTube channel, just called Anime Bombs.
I wish that we could
Do it.
I think you might just
Do it. Somebody do
We
it.
have to get permission.
No, permission.
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 Do you have
Flirt
any,
mission. Flirty.
do you have any memorable bomb moments or like favorite person you like to bomb?
No, I don't. I do. I do.
We've heard that about
you. I do. I don't know. I don't ever remember the bombs.
Right?
Micah and Cliff. Always, I know whenever I'm in a scene with them.
The dead ass.
And like, yeah, dead ass, no. Yeah, there's a lot of different little things. It's funny because I can just hear it. I hear it, and when I'll see it in the writing, I'm like, this is a perfect moment. I'm like, kind of bracing. I love it when actually, like, because Micah's gotten better of it as time has gone on. Like, we're working on Show by Rock. And I was like, wow, he totally passed up this beautiful opportunity where his character says something directly to me, and then the second it went off camera, he was like, no, under his breath.
Yeah, and he does it.
Yeah, and then did it afterward.
That was fun because they played twins in Show by Rock, and so they actually said a lot of things together, like as responses to Vic's character. So whoever went first would just always be the most ridiculous. Because I always say, okay, just copy English or repeat English to match the timing, and so it'd be Micah going, "Dead ass!" Yeah, I'm really excited about it, and they're all shiny and twinkly eyed and stuff.
Brings me so much joy.
Awesome. Well, this is a big question, and it's very broad. You can answer it.
It's one line.
Cool. Yeah. I don't know your name, but you go by Melman, so we're gonna say that your name is Melman.
Hi, Melman.
Hi, Melman. Or Jimmel. Like, why two names? I'm so confused.
Melman Jimmel.
Yeah.
Sounds like your mouth is broken.
But this person wants to know, from all of us, what...
Melman Jimmel.
You say it slow.
Sorry. Go ahead.
What is your greatest achievement?
Oh
I know. It's not like in acting or at Funimation. It's just anything. Greatest achievement.
Just everyone gets introspective. Like I want a freeze frame of us just like looking off into our life, the portrait that is our life.
There's occasionally like Jess and I did A-Con this past weekend, and we had all 7 children in all of A-Con, 2 different tables and 2 hotel rooms, plus a student of mine from my master class at my house, plus my oldest son needed to get his driver's license test done. So like having that whole system running while doing A-Con, and like at that moment you're kind of like, oh crap, our family's really big. And then you
Chuck Hüber's family.
You survive it, and you get to the end of the A-Con, and you're like, wow, we did
the
that.
pinnacle of my life.
That's incredible.
It's a pretty righteous achievement. Nobody fought, and then they love each. It's good times had by all. So yeah, it's pretty tight achievement. That and these abs.
Look at this
Whoa.
rock hard. I mean, you need to check.
Oh
Check
my.
this out. Have you seen this? I don't know. It's hard to. I guess when I was just thinking about like a freeze frame, kind of like your greatest achievement. I don't know. I don't know what the greatest.
Yet?
Maybe not. Yeah, I feel like it's a constant state of flux. Like, gosh, I'm not sure. Immediately my mind goes to the people that I know in my life. Or I guess, is it monetary achievements? Is it like, it's hard to pin it. I don't know what the greatest thing is. I feel like it's the fact that I'm still alive and that things are going. It feels like in the moment right here that I'm here with you guys.
Hood at the Dallas Theater Center. That's pretty.
It's
a big moment.
It's a nice moment. But I guess I don't know. When you think about the greatest achievement, I don't think I could like surmise one thing of life.
Definitely not his facial hair.
It's definitely not this because this S is hard. This S is hard. This took me several years to grow. No, no, really though. Like, how do you grow it like overnight? Just,
No, it's just and you get these as you get older. You get I'll have like a 3-inch hair coming out of my neck that was not there the day before.
gently catching the wind.
So it's like,
serious?
And you comb it.
Jessica will be like,
You comb it into your hair.
how did it's like? Yeah, comb it over. I can wrap it around the ear and like pull the ear down like it's a little puppet.
Because it is rather special that it exists. It would be wrong to just like cut it off.
Grows overnight. It's old man hair.
It's like
What if
Emperor's
it's
New
like
Groove.
it's
What
like
is
a mayfly
that?
though? What if it's only meant to live for
Just
a
one
few
day.
hours?
No, that's a load-bearing hair.
No, I
You cut
don't
that and
think
you're just like,
a load
It's there to grow,
connected
propagate.
directly to the
and die.
spinal cord.
He's gone. We lost Chuck. We didn't know how
Don't
important
don't
that
pull his
one.
old man hair.
It's like Dune. When
Oh, now I have my autobiography title. Don't pull his old man hair.
Don't pull his old man.
I think my greatest achievement will be getting through this episode.
Thank you, Melman.
Okay, no, that's a
Melman.
really cool question, Melvin.
Melman.
I'm not going to answer. I'm going to save some room for Leah Clark and all of the answers to all the questions you guys sent her. In the meantime, if you sent a question either for us or for Leah that you'll get to see in the YouTube version, you get to win possibly this picture right here. So everyone's names, you're in this bucket. Chuck, why don't you pick one? Rico, you can read it.
Okay.
And tell us who this week's winner is.
It is. It's Jen!
Really?
Yeah.
Way to go, Jen! Awesome! I can come and like hand deliver this to you.
Going
We're-
right to
you're
you.
saving us postage. That's awesome. Yeah. We're equal opportunity gift givers here. We don't care that you work for the company. You can still win this prize because you sent us a question, darn it. We appreciate that. But I do have to go to work, so thank you again to my guests, Chuck
Thanks for having
Hüber,
us.
Thanks.
Ricco Fajardo.
yeah.
This has been amazing. Thank you, Leah Clark. And we will catch you next week. Bye, guys.
Cheers.
Have a good day.
Where can they send stuff?
Did you hear that voice?
I heard
What the
I
heck
heard
was that?
something.
It's something.
Where can you send the stuff?
Oh,
you
yeah.
send
Send us more questions at sakuraquestfest@gmail.com. Mwah.
Where was that disembodied voice? Who is that? Who is it? Who are you?
I'm Leah Clark, and I play Maki in this show. I do have some movie-ish experience. I did a lot of film when I lived in Austin several years ago. That was my goal for moving out there. The atmosphere was it was very laid back and cool, and I did a lot of work on my own as far as, line memorization and stuff like that. So there's not a whole lot of rehearsal per se like there is in theater. It's more like you just get there, you have a quick run through, and then you just go. And I really liked it because it was one of those things where your best performance is it, and as soon as you do it, you're done and you don't ever do it again. So that was kind of cool. Yeah, it is exactly like voice acting actually, except for instead of, just your voice, you've got your body, your whole being. Play a character that's a bad actor? I guess it would be harder to play a character that's a good actor, because I guess you have to just be a good actor in order to be playing a good actor. And so where's the line of what you're playing and what you are? Whereas, playing a bad actor, I guess you know the difference between the character that you're playing versus you. So I guess I'm going to say it's probably harder to play a bad actor, because how do you be honest being bad at something? But then in a good actor, it's like, well, am I just being, or am I just, I don't know, I'm just acting. I'm acting nothing. This is real deep. This is real deep, y'all. Oh no. So many favorite musicals. They come and go. It's just like asking, what's your favorite character? I don't know, the one that I'm in right now. Favorite musical. God. I have to say, I think I'm just going to go with my all-time favorite. I don't know. This is going to be awful. The Wild Party by Andrew Lippa. But I also am very drawn to Hands on a Hard Body. I've been in it and I'm co-directing it right now, and it's just a beautiful, awesome story. I also love Hamilton because Hamilton. I love Wicked. I don't know. I love a lot of musicals for a lot of different reasons. I feel like the simul-dub schedule has probably jacked with the directors' lives more than mine because, for example, I had to cancel sessions because I got sick. And I don't know, that probably put them behind. So for me, it's fine because I have a job that's very flexible, so I can pretty much come in whenever as long as I'm in town and not doing shoots. But, I can't help it if I get sick and then I just feel bad. So I think that's the hardest part, is staying healthy and trying not to, be human. Come in every week. Just try to be a machine. My first royal order as queen of a town like Monoyama. Man, I want to say universal healthcare, but they probably already have it. So, I'm going to go with weaponless life. I'm going to do that. You don't get to have any weapons. They're all struck from all the towns. So total safety and security and peace of mind. Oh, Suzuka. It was awesome. I loved that character so much. She was so real, and it was actually, I think, one of my very first slice of life shows, and where I fell in love with that style of just being in that moment and being that character, and like not having to worry so much about voice per se, but more of the feeling and the character and the journey that she went on. And I really, really related to her passion for her sports and just kind of blocking everything out to be so focused and passionate. And that's how I feel with acting and theater and stuff like that. So I really enjoyed her. And I miss that show. They're very similar, actually. I guess since Maki is a little bit lighter and just got more sarcasm, I would say definitely Maki, and especially like her passion for acting and the struggle with, do I focus on acting or do I do other things? And, sometimes acting is very risky, and it's a hard passion to pursue monetarily and lifestyle-wise. So I definitely get that whole thing of, do I just follow that or do I stay with something that's more secure? And definitely having my my foot in every other thing that draws interest to me. Like, I definitely get that as far as, her making props, or her, being an extra or stuff like that. So I would say Maki for sure. What's up, Wolf Bunny? If I were in Japan, first of all, let's stop there. I would be very excited because I've always wanted to go to Japan. I never have been. It seems like an amazing just world of, bright, sparkly, colory, food-shaped things, and I want to go there. So that's that. If I met Kobayashi's voice lady, I would give her a high five and be like, yeah, it's a badass role, right? Got it. I don't know. I would be excited. That'd be awesome. Man, I think if Maki were to be a professional actress, she's just so passionate about that life and that craft that, anything that she would star in, she would be stoked. She would be happy to just be, nobody number 5 in a movie and be paid for it and make that living. But if she were to star in something, I think it would be some kind of action film but also had, a very complex character lead. So she would be, running around, probably like some tight leather badass uniform thing, and she would be doing flips and like jumping off buildings and stuff. But then she'd also have like this deep love story, maybe even a triangle, or she would be like in a fight with a friend or saving a friend, or I don't know, some kind of like personal conflict, also saving the world and looking really, really cool, like having the most badass outfit ever. My greatest achievement, I'm still here, still alive. It's a great achievement. I think I feel very proud of the fact that I get to do what I love for a living in many different areas. And like Maki, it's just like, that's all I want. I mean, I don't really need to be famous for anything. I just need to indulge in my passion every day in some way. And my goodness, if that's the way that I live, that's awesome. So to me, I think that's my greatest achievement right now. Thanks so much for watching this show. It's amazing, and appreciate the support, and we love you, and thanks. 鏡の中眠たそうな目こすってそっぽ向いた前髪におはよう